Hello, everyone. It's Linda Jo Hefner, and I am the author of the book called Tainted Seas, My Sailor's Story. And I wanted to tell you today how excited I was when I got my book cover. And I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it. Isn't she a beauty? Probably backwards and whatever on there, but I have it posted on Facebook if you want to take a look at it. But it was so exciting. I mean, it's me writing a book, the most unlikely person probably in the whole world to write a book. And it wasn't like it happened overnight. It took me, Bud died in 1979, and I've been toying with that idea of writing a book because my kids were very little. Bud was only 33, my sailor, when he died, and he left behind 3 small children. Now, those kids don't know their dad very well, and if they do, they remember my Bud, my sailor, from when he was very sick. And I would go to their houses and I'd tell them stories, at least the children that wanted to listen, especially my son Christopher. He wanted to hear all about this. So I would tell him, and he kept saying, "Mom, who's going to tell these stories when you're not with us anymore? You must write a book. You must write something down so that we have it." And I said, "Oh, Chris, I'm not a writer. I am not a writer. I mean, your mom took science and mathematics and then later on computers. I am not a writer." Well, so Christopher said, "Well, try this app. You can record the stories on your phone and then make a series of recordings." Well, I don't think I have the best voice in the world. Plus, I kept making mistakes. So what I wound up doing in order to have a better story, I started writing them down. And I thought, well, instead of writing them down and then reading them, why don't I write them down into book form? And the idea came about to make a Christmas present for my children, just my kids. And it would be all the good stories of my husband, not the bad ones. I didn't want to tell them that. In fact, in my book, Tainted Seas, I'm going to tell you some things I never told anybody, some very painful and awful things that happened, but they're part of what happened, and they were the truth. So I did that. I wrote this, and I had planned to take it down to a local house, vanity house, where they were going to make it into a book for me, get it for my kids, and it was going to be called Fading Mirror at that time because my husband's image had faded away from my children's view and mine also. And I thought there should be some kind of record, not only for his kids, but his grandkids and his heritage from there on. So that was pretty much finished until I was continuing my mission to find out why Bud died. And one morning, I went to Facebook and I discovered Blue Water Navy. So I went to the conference in Tampa. And I want to tell you, I found out what I never expected would have happened to my sailor. And I was in total shock. I barely made it home that day. It was Saturday. And my brother, God love him, he was waiting for me. And we went out to dinner, and that was the last time I went out of the house until Tuesday morning. From Saturday night until Tuesday morning, I kicked around all kinds of emotions in my head. I was sad, I was angry, I was crying, I was a mess. From Saturday night to Tuesday morning, I didn't take a shower. I didn't change out of my nightgown. I was in my pajamas the whole time. I must have really stank. Dishes piled up in the sink. I didn't want to do anything. And I just wanted to sort this out. And then the final feeling that came to me was I was pissed off. And that was my final feeling that came to me from the result, because I'm now retired, and my husband should not be dead. My husband should be here in Florida enjoying what he picked out as our retirement. I'm enjoying it by myself. I'd always wanted to come to the Gulf of Florida, Gulf Coast, get a boat, go fishing, and have a house somewhere near the coast. We couldn't afford something on the water, but somewhere near. But here I am by myself. So I thought, well, I can't do anything about my husband's death. I can't bring him back. But why are they still doing this to our military? Why are they still sending our young men and women out to fight for us and not giving them safe conditions? I just don't understand it. So I turned the book around and I wrote everything, the hard parts and, of course, the funny parts. And, oh, my gosh, you're going to laugh in the beginning. You're going to laugh so hard you won't be able to stand it because my husband was so funny. But at the same time, you better bring a box of tissues because you're going to cry. You're going to cry at the end. Well, you're going to cry a good part of the way there and there are some things that are going to be shocking, things that possibly would have meant that I wouldn't be here today talking to you. And for that debt of gratitude, I now salute all my Marines out there who got us through one of those battles. So guys, so now I have my new cover, okay? And am I done with that book? Well, I get it back one more time from the copyright editor in the sky from the publishing company. And I'm traditionally published, not self-published, which, imagine that. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. And I love Dudley Press Court. They've been marvelous to me. They've been absolutely the best publisher I could have found. So I will finish that one time going through editing, and then it should go to get published. And on my contract, it says on or before November 11th, which all of you know is Veterans Day.